Hi guys, so Battlebots episode 3, season 4. I'm going to say right off the bat, this was probably my favourite episode so far. It's like it wasn't just the fights that were highlights kind of thing. Having said that, straight into the fights. First up we had Copperhead versus Scorpius. Copperhead never seemed quite fully in control of their actual robot. The weapon was spinning up incredibly well though. Scorpius did what they always do and just kind of like really just kept the front end pointing at them the whole time. It's weird, like during the actual fight I was like, oh, that overhead weapon's doing like nothing really. But in the slow-mo you could see it was actually really, I don't know, it was really effective. It's just maybe the angle just made it look like it wasn't doing anything. But yeah, so Scorpius wins. Copperhead, some teething troubles there, but it's a new build. That seems fair enough. The weapon though, like I say, like wow. Fight 2 was Bloodsport versus Lucky. This was the first fight shown so far that I was actually present for the filming of. I have no idea about the order of all this filming because in the fight card for next week's episode I didn't see any. So yeah, regardless, yeah, and like obviously at the time I'd never seen Bloodsport before, and I was like, okay, wow, this is a contender. Like Christ. Yeah, really impressive debut performance from them. Like the bar, it sort of kept dying, but then kind of came back again several times. So again, like teething troubles, but generally, like Christ, they ripped that like plow off of Lucky. I feel so bad for Lucky. Like it always seems to get such a unlucky. I didn't even mean to do that pun, but it does. It gets such an unlucky like just setup. I don't know. It's just not very lucky. For fuck's sake. But yeah, I like the decision to like show the bit of debris coming off, like the big plow on the front, because usually it will show the two robots, something will go flying off, and then it will just, you know, that's gone. Whereas this had like a nice little corner shot of the thing being, and showing like the ferocity of it just being like thrown into the leg stand on the side, and that was really cool to see. I like that choice of angle, as it were. We then had this like, it was going to be Hydra versus free shipping, but there was like this breakdown first about Hydra's new weapon, and they put, this is what I'm really loving about this, like this new season, there's like such an emphasis on science and it being an actual intelligent show, and like showing the engineering behind these things, not just like, oh, flipper, fly stuff. It's like, this is how this works, and these are different types of flippers and stuff, and like showing the stats comparison stuff. I thought that whole bit was just fantastic. And it also solves the mystery is when I was flying into LA, why I saw a washing machine go flying past it, because Bronco was testing their flipper. That makes sense now. And as always with these things, it's so nice to see like to get a sense of scale and power. As I've said before, if you talk to people about this, as I often do, they're often like, well, why is that interesting? Little remote control cars hitting each other. I'm like, they're not little remote control cars. They are freaking huge, like these things. And so it's good to put them, you know, against something relatable in every day. A washing machine, everyone's seen a washing machine, sort of thing. So that's cool. The fight itself, free shipping, because of those new original Sin style wedges, was actually getting underneath Hydra quite a bit, which is impressive because that thing looks like hugging to the floor. But it was really good to see Hydra get a good flip in on free shipping. Like I say, it's always nice to see a new robot or a new weapon style, as it were, do what it's meant to do, so that's good. I also loved before the fight that Chris and Kenny were clearly actually pissing themselves laughing at the Gary Jin shirt. I thought that was really sweet to see that, like, it's always nice to see that these people actually care about the show they're involved in. They're not just like, yeah, robots, they're just like, this community is really weird. Next fight was Ragnarok versus Monsoon, so two very pretty looking robots. And obviously this was like the big built up derby, like friends turned enemies kind of BS. But still, it was like, it was going to be, we were really hoping for a good fight, and it was such a shame that it was a really short fight. And you could see that the Ragnarok team, well, both teams were kind of like really disappointed with the result, not because like, oh, Monsoon won or anything, but just because they were hoping for a really decent sort of scrap. So that was a real shame not to see it work. In the slow-mo you can kind of see like a kind of flash like through one of those like exhaust pipe looking things on the back of Ragnarok. I don't know if that's just a trick of the light or whether that was something going up inside, I'm not sure. But yeah, you can tell they definitely wanted this to be a longer fight because Monsoon was trying to like reverse into them, actually knock them back on their feet to keep the fight going. It's a shame that didn't work really. But it's always good to see Monsoon back, and yeah, it was such an incredible debut last year, so if they're even more reliable now, yeah, awesome. So the next fight was the awesomely named Railgun Max versus Mad Catter. This fight was just ridiculous. So this was the second one so far that I've been there for filming. and I'm actually in the background. You can actually see me in this. Probably you need to know it's me, but yeah, so in this slow-mo footage of the actual like split and stuff, you can see me in the background there, half-heartedly trying to clap. Yeah, so this was really cool, a fight to see live, because we saw that split was like, we were front row, and that was like 10 feet in front, seeing this robot like shredded in half, like, just too cool, too cool. And actually the actual team people themselves were amazing. The girl from Railgun Max, like every time I saw her when I saw her in the filming, she was just like so crazy enthused to be there and just like loving the whole thing. And then there's the Mad Catter guy, who I really wanted to say something about beforehand, like in my like LA vlog and stuff. But you know, I don't want to ruin anything for anyone, but I'm so glad that the episode has come on nice and soon, because he's just fantastic. Like, and again, you can see Kenny just like laughing, just like, this guy is freaking hilarious, like really enjoying being there. So yeah, that fight was just like pure entertainment, just fantastic fun.
Man, that robot hit hard. I'm gonna tell you what, that robot, they derailed the Mad Catter. But I'm gonna tell you what, we're gonna be back. We're still in this.
We then had another interlude about Yeti, the Yeti team captain, talking about like the different styles of drums, the different materials they're made of, the pros and cons of each of them and stuff. And again, they put some like real time into this. This wasn't just like a little throwaway line about anything. This was them really going into depth about the pros and cons of all the weapon setup and stuff. And again, this is so good. Like the pit reporter asking intelligent questions, and like it's just, again, like it's so nice to see some intelligence here, some like proper engineering going on. So I love that. I think that's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Next fight was Breaker Box against Hydra. So yeah, Hydra got this amazing hit at the start, which was almost like cartoonish, just like that whoop, just like, it reminded me of in Toy Story when like Buzz punches Woody and his head spins around a few times. But yeah, apart from that, they seemed to have real trouble controlling it. It seemed to basically only go forward and backwards, which is a shame. It was like too much power on the weapon or something, I don't know. But again, new robot. Team White, actually, that's like the third style of weapon they've gone for, like completely different styles, so hats off for them for giving all these styles of weapons a go. Breaker Box, really good debut, I think, like really fast, very maneuverable, really getting up some speed, slamming it into the wall at one point. So yeah, sort of fight kind of petered out a little bit at the end, but otherwise, good fight. And then we got the main event fight, so this was Yeti versus Bite Force, and yeah, obviously it didn't go Yeti's way, but they got under and they gave Bite Force an actual fight, which like, I like Bite Force, I think it's fantastic, but I really want to see them lose, and that is nothing against the team or anyone, but anyone who has that much dominance, you want to see them lose eventually. You want to see them have to struggle and have to, you know, up their game. So yeah, Yeti like actually managed to get under them, so that's rare in a start, to be honest. But yeah, again, Bite Force is just, it's just this perfect blend of like fast spin up of the weapon, powerful weapon, well controlled, patient, well driven, and it's so like kind of unassuming looking. Like there's so many like really terrifying looking robots in the competition. Like Sawblaze is just like pure evil looking, for example, and then you've got like Bite Force, which is just, it just kind of doesn't look like it should be that scary, and yet it's horrible. It's a horrible little thing. So yeah, it was still a really good fight though. It's not, again, it's nice not to see like an instant knockout or anything. So I think, as I said in the interview afterwards, it was like a bit of a struggle for them to actually, you know, maintain dominance in that fight. So yeah, it's good to see at least a vague struggle for them. I think it's as good as we can hope at the moment, yeah. So like I say, overall, this episode I really enjoyed. Like I say, it was just really good the whole way through, the interludes bits. Sometimes the filler can get a bit like, ugh, but like there was just no filler. It was all killer. A little punk rock reference there, why not? And I don't know if it was because this was the first episode of fights where I've been there, but it seemed like the crowd noises were louder, which was almost definitely not the case. But maybe it was because I was more aware of, or could relate to the fact that people were in the crowd or something. I don't know. But the crowd noises seem very, just more obvious to me. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's probably psychological. So yeah, that was my take on it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you in next week's review. Enjoy the next episode. Cheerio. Boof. Boof. I really need like a decent actual outro, I think. Hi guys, so Battlebots. Why do I struggle on this intro so much?